Training Commission.
At issue a fitness standard that by year's end could compromise public safety on island. Crystal Paco has a story.
No sugarcoating here.
When was this approved, this law? The current post-PFQT standard, what year?
Senator Talina Nelson clearly disappointed that Guam's peace officers dropped the ball at meeting a physical fitness standard they chose and adopted 3 years ago.
We can come up and we can say, we're not ready, we're going to lose half of our force. But this was 3 years in preparation. So that's one concern of mine.
Though good intentioned to keep our men and women in uniform in top shape, current Guam law jeopardizes public safety. Those who can't pass the fitness test by the end of the year will get benched, lose their certifications, and potentially their jobs. Rather than lose half of the force from every public safety agency, the Post Commission has worked with Nelson's office to draft an interim standard, which was accepted by the Commission today. The current standard mirrors the U.S. Air Force. That test includes a 1.5-mile run, push-ups, sit-ups, and a waist circumference measure. Nelson's Chief of Staff, Pete Mesa, explained they listened to concerns and loosened the requirements to reflect the challenges, which is why they cut the waist measure, cut the run down to 1 mile, and added an additional minute to some age brackets.
That's an average between the 3 different or 4 different, and I came up with these times. The addition to all of this was I was trying to analyze the situation about an individual at 60 years of age.
Chief of Police J.I. Cruz, although on board with the interim standard, proposed each agency create their own physical fitness requirement dependent on their mission.
The research and development team should come up with a standard that's agency specific.
Cruz, who was also voted the new chairperson for the Post Commission today, hopes to have agency-specific fitness standards drafted by July 2018 and implemented by July 2020.
I truly support allowing the Post Commission the flexibility to determine their own standards for their organization or agency. I truly support that. That makes perfect sense.
Nelson's legislation will be introduced in a few short days. The Post Commission, meanwhile, is set to meet again on August 31st. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
It was a rude awakening for 2 sisters in their Dededo home. According to court documents, the victim awoke on Tuesday to a stranger caressing her buttocks. The man, she said, smelled like beer and asked if she wanted to have sex. He also offered her money or cigarettes. When the girl's older sister asked the man to leave, he did and waited outside. 26-year-old Larry Minot Parr was arrested and charged with second-degree criminal sexual conduct and burglary.
Well, Bree, in a similar case, 28-year-old Alan James Cimitera was arrested on fourth-degree criminal sexual conduct. Documents state the minor girl was sleeping on the couch in her home when she felt someone touching her shoulder. She awoke to Cimitera slipping his hand up her shorts and asking if she wanted him to make her feel good. The girl ran into her bedroom and called her father. When confronted by police, Cimitera reportedly stating, and I quote, "I was doing something I wasn't supposed to do."
A 24-year-old man arrested for his alleged part in a string of robberies earlier this year is set to go to trial next week. A.G. Tovas appeared in court today reasserting his right to a speedy trial. He, along with a handful of others, were arrested in April in connection to a slew of robberies reported at the Winter Game Room, RU Game Room, and Derry Martin Mangilao. Jury selection is set to begin on the 11th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, it's now been over a calendar year since the first victim of clergy sex abuse surfaced, and to date, nearly 100 people have filed suit against Guam's Catholic Church. Filing today in the federal court is 47-year-old ACJ, who was an altar boy at Santa Barbara Catholic Church up in Dededo. When he was 10 or 11, the person alleges that he was raped by Father Raymond Cepeda in the sacristy while waiting for his bride after Mass. Cepeda has since been defrocked. The person known as ACJ, who is represented by attorney David Lujan, is suing for $5 million.
Just 2 weeks until the start of classes, and public school officials are working to address a range of concerns stemming from school facilities to busing. Issa Baza has more.
Our magic number, like I tell everybody else to include the senators, is 189. You give me 189 buses and 189 drivers on a daily basis, and everybody will be able to put their foot on top of their desk and not worry about any students going home late.
Department of Public Works Bus Operations Superintendent Frank Titano says despite that request, the department only has about 134 buses that will be running at the beginning of this school year. That's an improvement from previous years when the agency only had around 110 buses to service the entire district, but still 50 short from the ideal number of buses. Superintendent John Fernandez.
So we have benefited from new equipment coming in, and you've had to provide more drivers, but they're not at the level that Mr. Titano has been asking for from the legislature in terms of being able to support both the public and private school busing.
Titano explained that in addition to GDOE schools, DPW buses also service private and charter schools. Board Vice Chair Maria Gutierrez and Untalon Middle School Principal Agnes Guerrero raised issue over late pickups that plagued the school.
This is going to be the same again, late buses, late pickup.
I know you did come out and there was a correction. The buses were not as late as before. However, just kind of inconsistent. We did have some buses that came later, 4:15, 4:30, and I know parents are inquiring about the busing issue. So should I reassure them that this time around, now that we have additional new buses, that will be corrected?
Titano says he will work to address the issue at Untalon, noting that the issue stems from buses servicing several middle schools that get out at the same time.
We fixed one, we will fix it all. So if it's Rios Middle School or whatever other middle school, then we will go out there and we will look at it, even if we have to divert the buses. That's what we did at Untalon Middle School.
We should note that the bell schedule for this year will remain the same, and so bus schedules are expected to be similar to last school year. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
Roughly 150 Department of Public Works bus drivers and other news attended training at Ukadu High today in preparation for the upcoming school year. The session was hosted by DOE and focused on wellness, positive behavior interventions, as well as a newly implemented bus accident management plan. Student Support Services Program Coordinator Nicole Monforte explains today's session.
And so basically it's just what do we do when a bus is involved in an accident with injuries and without injuries. There have been some minor fender benders, of course, and then from that, of course, we know that we are going to need to do something that is kind of standardized.
DPW Bus Operations Superintendent Frank Titano said all drivers received the training before hitting the road. He added the 2017-2018 bus schedule should be released in the coming weeks.
There was overwhelming support for a proposed name change for JP Torres Alternative School to JP Torres Success Academy during a public hearing. According to school principal Dexter Fulo, many spoke out in support of the change in order to rebrand the school from one that focused on behavioral issues to one that focuses on credit recovery and individualized learning. GEB member James Lujan.
The sentiments for the people that came out were basically all positive. We didn't have any naysayers. We had a couple of students who testified in favor.
To learn more about the school's new credit recovery program, you can visit gdoe.net/JPTSA. The Education Board is expected to vote on the proposed name change later this month.
And over 36 middle school students are ending a back-to-school summer camp sponsored by West Care Pacific Islands Project ISATA in Dededo. The camp uses a personal responsibility education curriculum that aims to help adolescents create healthy relationships, make positive changes, and resist peer pressure. The camp's being held at the Macheche Community Center, a building that had been operated by a local nonprofit for the past 5 years, but was handed over to the Dededo Mayor's office for community activities last month. The camp ends on the 11th.
Stay tuned. We're back with more news after the break.
Okay, you know what's great?
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Have you got to gotten paid yet? That's the premium automatic insurance deduction plan from Calvo's Insurance. Paid simplifies your home and auto insurance. No down payment. No more long lines. And you can stretch your payments up to 12 months. Paid is convenient. It deducts from your payroll, your checking account, or your credit card. With Paid, you get up to 65% off your car insurance and enjoy lifestyle club discounts. Life can be easier when you get paid.
Call Calvo's Insurance today and save on your home and auto insurance.
This is Tabby. Tabby service provider is IT&E. This allows her to walk on campus without having to rely on Wi-Fi.
Hey, Abby. Hey, I switched to the IT&E student plan just like you. I love how affordable their plan is. I'm so glad I switched to IT&E. What?
Get up to 5 gigs a month for just $30 and the first 3 months free at IT&E.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven-baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
Hyundai's summer clearance event is happening now. Guam's best dealership, Cars Plus and Mighty. With financing as low as 1.99%. There's no better time to drive a new Hyundai Accent, ranked highest in initial quality, starting at just $11,995. Or the new Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. SUV lovers, check out the new Hyundai Tucson starting at $19,995. Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. It's our Hyundai summer clearance event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
At Shell, it's about offering more than just fuel. It's about providing service to people. From hot coffees to warm welcomes, from clean bathrooms to fresh food, we're on a mission to make you leave happier than when you arrived. So whatever your journey, we're here. Welcome to service. Welcome to Shell. Serving the islands for over 30 years. Share your story at Shell Foodies Guam on Instagram and Facebook. Hashtag Station Stories, hashtag Shell Guam.
It's that time of the year again. Saguamanaga's annual Kids Carnival is back for its 3rd year. Free admission, loads of free entertainment that even the babies can enjoy, along with tons of goodies for kids of all ages. So save the date, parents. Saguamanaga's Kids Carnival, Saturday, August 12th from 4 to 7 p.m. at Adelut. We hope to see you all there again. Special thanks to Bank of Guam, Community First Federal Credit Union, Addis Trust and Investment, Calvo Select Care, Moylan's Net Care, Guam Regional Medical City, and our community sponsors.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Hafidin, welcome back. One by one, the heads of various government agencies appeared at the legislature today to testify on a 2-year budget proposal by Speaker B.J. Cruz. The plan would reduce general fund expenses by at least $34 million for next fiscal year. And according to Cruz, would also remove gubernatorial politics from the fiscal year 2019 budget process. Governor DeCalvo says he has no problem supporting a biennial budget in principle.
Administration in reference to at least being able to say, hey, I'm happy to see that the Speaker has agreed with our original proposal, but now I hate to say it, but the devil's in the details. When we look at this budget, we want to, obviously there's some reductions, major reductions in appropriation authority. Well, the good news to that, I guess he's being very fiscally conservative in terms of what we anticipate in revenues.
The Cruz measure pegs fiscal year 2018 revenues at $688.5 million, or $33.8 million less than the governor's projection. His FY 2019 revenue projection is $704 million, about $18 million less than Adelut. The new fiscal year begins on October 1st.
Well, the hearing on the biennial budget caught the attention of almost each and every lawmaker, excluding Senator Luis Muñoz, who we are told is off island, and Senator Mike San Nicolas. On his Facebook page last week, the senator called the 2-year budget a disastrous proposal. He added, quote, "If we can't get through one fiscal year without a deficit and cash crunch, why would we now double down on that to avoid gubernatorial politics in the upcoming election year?" He was a no-show at today's hearing. We have confirmed that he was instead down in Inarajan at McCrouts.
The Guam Preservation Trust went before the legislature's Committee on Culture this morning for an informational hearing. Vice Speaker and Committee Chair Therese Terlahi requested an update on all projects the organization had accomplished and was working on. At present, the trust has 6 projects in the works worth $6.8 million, including the reconstruction of the Rosario and Meno historical homes and the repair of the Agana Basilica bell tower. Terlahi also requested the information regarding the funding for projects dedicated to ancient villages and ancestral sites. Since 2008, $1.6 million has been allocated to those projects.
They all want to know everything you know about these sites that you know, they are our heritage and our history, and we want to know what the government of Guam has found, what the government of Guam is doing to protect these things. So I'm very happy also to hear from the chairman and you that some focus is going to be made in 2018 for the preservation of some of these ancient sites.
Terlahi emphasized she would like for the preservation of these ancient sites to be prioritized.
Well, island leaders will come together tomorrow to honor former Senator Sonny Lujan Orsini. Valerie Maige has our next story.
Preparations are underway at the Guam Congress Building for the state memorial service for the late Senator Sonny Lujan Orsini. Orsini passed away on July 25th at the age of 48. Legislative Protocol Officer Joe San Agustin.
For the state funeral services, we've prepared out invitations to send out to dignitaries and elected officials throughout the island. We expect to receive about 100 to 150 guests or so, and that's just the dignitaries. That's excluding the family still.
Orsini was the youngest senator to enter the Guam legislature at the age of 25. He was remembered by friends and colleagues as dedicated, dynamic, and vibrant. After leaving his tenure as a lawmaker, he would share a business with his brother Buddy, honing his skills as a barbecue master at Asu Smokehouse. Orsini is survived by his wife Kimberly, children Joshua, Leonardo, and Isabella. For those who cannot attend the state memorial services, they will be televised on Docomo Channel 117 or GTA Channel 21. It will also be streamed live on the Guam Legislature's YouTube channel. State services will be held tomorrow with a call to session at 1 p.m., followed by the state memorial at 2 p.m. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Valerie Maige.
A milestone for the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center as the organization receives a 3-year accreditation from the Commission on Accreditation of Rehabilitation Facilities. This is a first for the center that at present has 2,266 consumers. Governor Calvo applauded the staff at the center during a proclamation signing today. He says this is a great testament to the hard work and dedication put forth by the center staff.
With the regional headlines now, here's KSPN 2 News in Saipan.
Half a day Guam, here's what's making headlines in the CNMI.
August 2nd, a day forever etched in Saipan history. 2 years to the day Typhoon Sudalor devastated the entire island with its powerful winds and rain. Due to the damage, more than 900 power poles and 700 transformers were ordered from off-island. Neighboring islands of Guam, the Federated States of Micronesia, and Palau sent utility crews to help CUC. Hundreds of people lived in tents, dozens of small businesses were wiped out. The Shack coffee shop and restaurant would have celebrated its 2-year anniversary on August 2nd, 2015, but Typhoon Sudalor had different plans. The morning after the storm, owner Glenn Hunter could only think of one thing.
Woke up that morning and decided to head over to see my mom, and so we en route to see my mom, we passed by the Shack, and I remember looking at my wife and telling her, don't look, because we were driving through a ton of devastation. So, we had a feeling the Shack was going to be pretty damaged. And rather than even seeing it and focusing in on it, we wanted, to keep our focus in on getting to see my mom down in San Antonio.
Thankfully, his mom was unfazed by the storm.
Yeah. Matter of fact, her first words were, was it that bad? She was actually, that little area, for whatever reason, was completely spared almost.
Now, only a few businesses are affected by the damages of the storm, and 48 families are left homeless.
That's your KSPN 2 News Roundup. For more, go to saipantv.com. I'm Sherry Riggs reporting.
Coming up next, Chris Barnett has a day in sports, but first, here is your weather forecast.
From the network that brought you up to 3 times more data comes the dawn of a new data. The epic story of Guam's only network brave enough to give 10 free gigs of bonus data on every line every month to customers who bundle their services. Reviewers are calling the offer totes awesome. Best deal ever. And yes.
Visit gta.net for details.
I prepare. I train. Through strength, determination, and focus, I work hard to achieve my goals. That's why I secure my future with Alpha Insurers. This is what makes you an Alpha.
GU Self-Storage, Guam's newest and largest storage facility with the island's largest variety of storage unit sizes to meet customer demands. Our facility applies the most advanced access and security surveillance system, including the state-of-the-art Easy Code phone app. Keep what's important to you safe and secure with fully covered loading and unloading area in a fully climate-controlled facility. We offer professional packing, pickup, and delivery of your storage items and complimentary use of hand truck, appliance dollies, and pallet jacks, and offer ADA accessible units. For our customer convenience, we offer access to our on-site business center, conference room, and mail hub services. Call our friendly and professional management team at 648-7867 to learn more about our flexible month-to-month lease options with best rates starting as low as $50. GU Self-Storage, located next to McDonald's in Harmon, the old GPA building.
How do you want to live? As a decent person? Good husband? Is that it? Good? Of course not. Parent of the year? Better. Making her heart skip a beat. Thump. Undeniable. Like a boss. Like a pro. We couldn't agree more. We are professional grade. Step up to GMC with 0% financing through 72 months on this lineup of 2017 models when you finance through GM Financial. We are professional grade. GMC.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Avene Guam, Chris Barnett with sports. Thursday, Webes. Ow! Big news here, Guam basketball. What are the odds? A basketball player from the Guam national team lacing up and facing off against KD. It's really happening. Here's more. Men's national basketball team member Ty Wesley just recently won the 3-on-3 FIBA National Championship here on Guam, and he'll now be playing a historic game against the Oklahoma City Thunder in Oklahoma City. Wesley plays pro ball in Australia for the Melbourne United squad, and he also helped Guam win the gold medal at the Pacific Games. With the NBA partnering up with foreign teams with these pro clubs, Ty will get a chance to play against Russell Westbrook and newly acquired Thunderer Paul George. We'll keep you posted right here on KUAM Sports. The Guam Bowling Congress will be hosting the first ever national championships beginning tomorrow at the Central Lanes Bowling Center. Divisions for the tournament open, classified senior and youth 22 and under. Friday and Saturday, bowlers will try to qualify, and Sunday, Guam will crown a national champ.
The national champion will have bragging rights, and it's something we should be really excited for because other countries, especially countries in Asia that we've seen, they have a really huge tournament that declares a national champion, and this is the first time we're ever going to do this, so it's going to be a big tournament, and everybody's going to be out there to try and win the first national champion.
Young bowlers on island will also be looking at taking home bragging rights at the high school level, as the sport will be looking to make its way into the IIAAG sports season. Wow. The sport has been growing and becoming more popular with our youth, so the time is right for GBC to make the push.
One of the ways that we wanted to jumpstart this was to have an IAG all-island champion, and what that does for kids who are trying to go to college, get scholarships, it helps them to move on to the next level, which is college bowling. And that's something that we want to see, is one of our youth bowlers going off to the mainland USA, making it into and bowling for college in the US and getting a scholarship.
The Guam Gymnastics Federation will be hosting their first workshop Sunday, inviting all gymnasts and dance clubs on Guam to attend. The workshop scheduled for 1 to 3, free of charge, with Coach Monique Williams-Duenas. Monique is an experienced gymnastics coach who will be sharing her knowledge from the Australian May FIG age group camp, courtesy of Gymnastics Australia.
She will be doing a seminar with all the dance clubs on island that want to participate, any dance teams, cheerleading teams that want to come by and just get some general information on proper techniques and dance and gymnastics foundations.
Some of the workshop topics include the importance of athlete-focused training, emphasis on skills in both gymnastics and dance, and proactive approach to injury prevention.
Very often we employ techniques that really are outdated, outmoded, and aren't really athlete-centered. So I'm hoping to effect a paradigm shift in our techniques of our methodology and teaching, and really have a more athlete-centered focus and training technique, and maybe shift our focus into techniques that really will help elevate the longevity of our athletes.
To register, call GCF President Jane Flores at 483-6409 or email guamgymnastics@gmail.com by this Friday. I think I used to do some of those gymnastics moves, dodging that belt growing up, huh? Like, hey, tomorrow's Friday, business, woohoo! With Double D, see you at Stagupat. My name's Chris. Adios!
My job is to protect. My job is to defend. My job is to be tough. That's why I train. That's why I need those who are tough around me. That's why I need a truck like this. Are you ready for a big boy truck?
America's best-selling truck for 40 years straight. When you're ready for a big boy truck, Triple J Ford is the place.
You need to get yourself a big boy truck.
48 hours. That's all we get in a week. But those 48 hours, we try to make them last forever. How? By filling them fast with all the right stuff. With a lot of laughter, a little drama, some adventure, and a whole lot of love.
Dad, Mom's here.
It happens pretty quick.
Bye, Dad.
But it's cool. Because the rest of the week, we talk about our plans.
You want to go to the beach?
On how to make the next 48 hours last us a lifetime.
Introducing McDonald's new signature crafted recipes, like the sweet barbecue bacon sandwich, tangy barbecue sauce made with sweet onions, thick cut applewood smoked bacon, and topped with crispy golden onions, on chicken or seared beef. Introducing McDonald's new signature crafted recipes, like the maple bacon Dijon burger, applewood smoked bacon with sweet maple seasoning, grilled onions, and a creamy Dijon sauce with a hint of honey, on chicken or seared beef.
Happy Liberation Day, Guam, from Autospot Buick GMC.